Hi, it is Wednesday, January 19th, and we are in How Will You Bring More Life to Your 2022, day 19. And OMG, you guys, it's after 3 o'clock. Hi, Sanita. It's after 3 o'clock, and I've been up since 6, and it's been one of those days that's just been so full. I really had to think about what do I want to share on Facebook Live today. And I feel like the most important thing I can share today is understanding that it is totally okay to not know. It's totally okay to just not know, because that's feeling like an unconscious trap when you feel crappy that you don't know. Well, it's totally normal to not know. And when you don't know, you can learn stuff. And when you learn stuff, you absolutely bring more life to your whatever you're doing. But the other piece of it is, when you don't know and you're paying attention to the fact that you don't know, it sets you up to ask for help. So I had one of those mornings this morning, a lot on my plate. You know, you've been watching me for the last 19 days, launching the course, moving it forward. And apparently in the world of online training and online world, creating the course is, as my friend Sherry says, the starting gate. The rest of it is the heavy lifting of getting the word out and telling people about it and, helping people find you. And so after I had my conversation with her today, I was thinking to myself, you know what? It makes perfect sense that I was feeling like I'm rolling a boulder uphill and then having it roll back down and rolling it back uphill. That's just totally normal for the online world of doing what I'm doing. So that was nice to know. And the second thing is that I had some emotion, totally normal. Once again, I'm an HSP, so I'm going to be emotional. I don't take a breath without an emotion. I'm Cancerian, and it's just past the full moon, so of course I'm going to have more emotion. And I was just sitting in that going, wow, it's not like I felt like crap. It was that I just felt stuck. So yeah, that's an unconscious trap. But you know what I mean? But I wasn't, so what I want to point out to you is that you don't always get it, oh, I feel like crap. Sometimes you feel like something and you go, I feel stuck or I feel stopped. And I just talked to somebody earlier and she's like, well, what does crap really mean? It doesn't feel good. And sometimes you're so involved in whatever the feeling is, you don't have the sense to make a judgment about it. Another normal thing that I got to live this morning. So fortunately, I have an Irish twin. Now, if you don't know what an Irish twin is somebody who is a sibling of yours who is less than a year younger than you. So my sister was 3 weeks old on my first birthday. So we have always been in each other's world. And there's no one in the world who actually knows me as well as she does, except for my husband, Chuck. And that's a whole nother Oprah. However, because he's lived with me for 32 years. But my Irish twin is also a minister and a healer and an amazing sort of angelic voice in the world. So I have the benefit of asking for help for somebody who is right there with me, knows me really well. So that points to the fact that, when you ask somebody for help, ask someone who's bigger than you, stronger than you, even if it's just in that moment, in that context. Somebody who can hold the space for you, which she absolutely did. So what I love about asking for help to the right person, because I want you to know that I have asked for help for people who I shouldn't ask for help, and you probably found that out yourself. But what's really cool about asking for help for somebody who actually can help you is that they hold such a big space for you that it doesn't matter what's happening with you. You've got the space to breathe it in and be there. So the coolest thing that I rediscovered, because it's not like I didn't know this, but I certainly recognized it today. The piece that was so cool about it is that when you're with someone who is bigger than you, braver than you in that moment, because when we're stuck, we're not brave, and can actually help you bring more life by shining more light on what's actually going on with you, it's just the most exhilarating, exciting, awesome thing in the world. I was so happy that I didn't know. I was so happy that I felt stuck because the conversation was so amazing. And I don't look like I feel stuck anymore, do I? So the piece I love about being stuck that I want to share with you, and the piece I love about asking for help that I want to share with you is that A, thanks, Aaron, totally normal, totally human, and we think we shouldn't not know. We think we couldn't ask for help because we have to be all that in a bag of chips. I'm here to tell you that even though I teach this stuff, I have the same situation as everybody else does. I get tired, I get overwhelmed, I get emotional, I get stuck. Now, the beauty of doing what I do is I actually, sooner than I ever did, recognize I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what is all this that's happening, all these emotions, all this stuff. Why do I feel so overwhelmed? I know it was very quick for me to ask for help. So the top 3 things I want to leave with you today, because this is a really short one, because, oh my God, it's been a heck of a day. They can't all be 20 minutes. Some of them are only going to be 5 or 6. The thing I want to leave with you today is, number 1, feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you just don't know is totally, totally normal, just part of the human condition. We're never going to get away from it. It's never going to not happen. So when it happens, I hope you'll welcome it. Go, okay, here we go. This is just part of the party. So that's number 1. Feeling stuck is totally okay. Staying stuck is a choice, okay? Number 2, when you ask for help, which I invite you to do, because help is like so awesome and so cool and brings so much life to both of you. When you ask for help, I'm going to invite you to pay attention to who you're asking help from. The first thing is, do you trust them? Of course. Will you let them be bigger than you in this moment? Because one of the things that stops us, and it certainly has stopped me in the past, is I can't be this small in front of anybody. I can't let anybody see me feeling this crappy and looking this bad because I'm supposed to be this big, brilliant, badass, and I just feel so little right now. You have to pick somebody in front of whom you will allow yourself to be small. Because that's the magic. When you let yourself be small and let them be big and ask for their help, absolute magic happens. And number 3. Number 3 is, in this party of life that we're bringing more life to our world, there's such a diverse range of emotions you can feel in any day. There's a lovely woman, and I will never forget her. I met her in 1980-something. Totally no, Queenie Bee. But you know what? If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. That's why we're here. Hi, Margaret. I want to point you to a woman named Rochelle, Rokelle, Rochelle Lerner, Lerner. I met her, I guess it was in the 80s. I was a drug and alcohol counselor, and I was at a big conference for counselors. And one of the things that she said that I've never forgotten in my entire life, because remember, drug and alcohol counselors are there to help addicts and alcoholics rebuild themselves from the inside out, because they get broken, they get stuck, they get hollow, they get empty, and they have to rebuild from the inside out, which is where I got my training, which is probably why I do the work I do. Anyway, Rochelle Lerner plays piano. She's also a counselor. And she said, what happens when you're in the addictions world is you have 2 notes that you play. And she played the very lowest note on the piano, the very low one. And she said, and then the very highest note, the very high one. She said, there are 96, don't quote me, 90-something, 88 keys on a piano. But when we get stuck, we only play 2 of them. So in our lives, every single note is valuable. Every single note helps us. There's a range of feelings and behaviors, including that lowest note. And when we try not to feel that lowest note, we really can't feel the highest note either. We really can't feel the range of our experiences. So, although it is hard, I'm here to tell you it's not always easy. And remember, I think I said this and I went, oh, that's really good. I should say that again. When you do something that you think you can't do, you do something that's really hard and you just do it anyway, it's not hard anymore. It's not scary anymore. And, there's try it and see what happens. So do your best to pick a person who you are willing to be small in front of and just test it out. So the final thing, the number 3 thing, is allow yourself all 88 keys of your feelings. All 88 keys will serve you in one way or the other. And when you welcome your feelings, it's like it's a whole nother Oprah. It's like it's a whole nother way of being alive. The good stuff, the hard stuff, the scary stuff, all of it. It's all us being alive. So those are my top 3 things to leave with you. It was an amazing day today. It did not start out fun. It started out, oh my God, Maya. And because I had the strategies, which I'm sharing with you, to go through it, this is how I feel at the end of the day, which is why I'm here talking to you. Because remember, you can't talk about it till you work through it. So thank you for being here. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing rest of your day, because wherever you're watching this from, because right now it's pushing 3:30 Eastern Time. And know that you are not alone. We are all in this together. And thank you so much for witnessing me. I appreciate you more than I could ever say, and I love you with all my heart. I'm Maya Beatty, and I'll see you next time.